What's up, y'all? Y'all ever been embarrassed before? Now, I'm low-key embarrassing myself right now because I'm doing a yap video with L Yaps because my PC is super loud, but I might just put the noise cancellation on because I'll be talking loud. So that's cool too. However, we're not talking about that. We're talking about lots and lots of embarrassing memories that you think of late at night, tucked into bed, and then it just like attacks you. I can't describe it. I'm gonna put it up on screen really, but the best way I can think to say it is like I was bit like an L, or like a capital L, but at a weird, I don't know. Basically, I would lay in my bed and it felt like I was wonky because of how embarrassed I was. Like that's how I'd be laying in bed. Not literally, but that's in my mind how I felt. Just so you guys understand how powerful the feeling of embarrassment is in my life, in my brain. And obviously, I do lots of stupid stuff. I do things a lot of the time that get me embarrassed. Sometimes I'll think something is so tough, and then 2 seconds later, I think for a second, what did I just do again? And I realized it was the most embarrassing thing I've ever done ever in the history of ever of all time. I mean, I guess it would be strange if I wasn't embarrassed ever. Like, I know some people who are like that, and I don't get embarrassed very often anymore. Especially the older I get, the less embarrassed I get. I think about things all the time in high school, right? High school is probably the worst time because you're old enough to where you think that you should have known better, but you're young enough to where you literally didn't. Like, I didn't have my first kiss till high school, and I didn't know kissing etiquette. I remember trying to kiss, what was it, my first girlfriend, my second girlfriend, something like that. Oh my gosh, don't even get me started on that. Bruh, that was so crazy. And she ducked out the way. I used to lie all the time, bruh. I remember in elementary school, it was so cool to play Wizard 101, right? I was the only non-PC gamer in that whole school. Now, they all also played console, right? But I didn't have a PC. And I just used to lie to pretend that it was cool, and that I was cool, sorry. And then I could play games with them, like Wizard 101. I remember this one kid, Xavier, right? Now, I don't want to go too deep into the elementary school slime lore, but there was a hierarchy of the 3 top smartest kids, right? There was number 3, who was Xavier, right? Xavier was cool. He was one of the only black kids. He ran really fast. He was like, you know, he was up there. He was cool. He had it going on, you know, essentially the main character. Then there was Max, who transferred into that school later. Max was stupid smart. He was like absolutely incredibly intelligent, was doing all this stuff, well-spoken, glasses, curly hair, like the whole nerd package. He was the number 1. Except for Tristan. When I tell you Tristan is the except for Satoru Gojo, when I tell you Tristan is the strongest of that elementary school, oh my gosh. Tristan was so smart. In 4th grade, during math class, he'd get up and walk to the 5th grade classroom. That's how smart he was. And the teachers just let it happen. They had to, because he already knew everything. And he was still excelling in the 5th grade class. It wasn't like he was like, oh, like this is a challenge. No. But it's not like a 4th grader is gonna walk to the 6th grade classroom. That's a little much. Bro was just, that was insane. You guys don't understand. I have never seen anything like that. I saw Tristan get his first math problem wrong in his life because he was sobbing. And he was like, oh my gosh, this is the first time, whatever. I'm like, gosh, bro. You ain't made a mistake this whole time? Bruh. Oh my gosh. Yes, he had the glasses. He had the curly hair too. He had it all covered. He was the nerd, and was the coolest. And it's not like he was a slouch. Bro would still run outside and play kickball. He would do all that stuff. Bro had it. All right, okay. Now all of these people are relevant to the story, except low-key Max, because this is before Max transferred in. Max is the Sakuna. You know, he didn't come into the situation until later. But anyways, Xavier, cool kid. Obviously, I'm more connected to him because we're like one of the only black kids in a predominantly white elementary school. I almost said institution. And he starts talking to me about Wizard 101. I've seen a million ads for that game, which is also crazy because Wizard 101 being like a computer MMO that isn't even necessarily that famous, or that I think of, having ads on TV is crazy. And Pirate 101, oh my gosh, never mind, sorry, distracted. I'm thinking like, okay, I know enough so I can cap, because that's all I did back in the day. That's all that was modeled to me by specific adults that shall not be named, was capping. So I'm like, okay, I can lie, you know, get my way through this. I hadn't seen it, whatever. When bro asked what like school of wizard I was, cooked. I don't know what that means. I didn't know anything. And you know, there's two kind of liars. There's the people who play it safe and are able to use the bits of truth to like extract more information out of you and like then carefully craft the lie. And then there's people who just like just throw a Hail Mary, just go for it, just try and do what they can do. And I was the safe one, okay, especially with this, because we're talking about my reputation on the line. Like Xavier, bruh, he was the bro until he stole multiple things from me, but until then he was the bro. So I'm like, I need bro to think I'm cool. So I'm like, it's been a while since I played. You mind telling me what the schools are? Yeah, you know, W. We're sitting there talking, blah blah blah. He's like, yeah, the school is this and that. I just throw out a random school because once again, I don't play. So I'm like, yeah, like I'm a death wizard. And then he asked me something else, like, where are you at in the game? And then I hit the what are all the places again? And he like looks at me and is like, bro, you can just say you don't play the game. And I'm like, no, I do play the game. I do. I'm just saying I need a reminder. Now, obviously, Xavier being the third smartest kid in that whole grade is not falling for that nonsense. Anyways, this other kid who I won't name, I don't want to get the names mixed up, right? Comes up and is like, hey, you play Wizard 101? Have you done this, and that? 3 things I don't know, I don't recognize, I don't ever. So what do I say? Yeah, I think I remember that. He's like, oh, have you seen a person named this? And a person playing this with this and this and this? And then he starts telling me about how he and his dad play Wizard 101 all that time, whatever. And the whole time I'm in there, I'm thinking I'm in too deep. We got 2 people expecting me to be playing this game now. It was easy in elementary school because you could say something once and then the next day everybody's forgetting. Like everybody's just like, oh, okay, like whatever. You know what I mean? Like nobody's really like locked into it. But nah, not these 2. The smartest, or the third smartest kid, and some guy who plays the game with his dad and plays it nonstop and blah blah blah, whatever. Yeah, no. Yeah, we in for a rough battle with this one. Let's just say that conversation didn't go too smooth, and I like that's just an embarrassing memory, right? An embarrassing memory of just thinking, sitting there, lying, getting called out once, then another person sitting there trying to talk to me, and then them both looking at me like they know that I didn't. I'm just capping. I don't like that. But then we go back to Tristan, who I told you about before. Tristan used to play Skyrim all the time. I watched Skyrim stuff all the time. My dad would never let me play Skyrim. I don't know why. Probably because he's a hater. So I just used to watch videos on mods and stuff, and then I'd come to school and act as if I could play it. Tristan, see, I didn't account for the fact that intelligence also equates to the ability to see through lies all the time, right? Okay. Now, I don't lie anymore. As a matter of fact, I'm often so honest that it gets me in trouble. I don't condone lying, I don't whatever, but I'm telling you what young Slime did because he was stupid, okay? He was dumb. This is not okay. We don't lie. Anyways, stupid Slime went up to Tristan and heard him trying to fight, I think it was that, the giant enemy spider, the one that you do the Thieves Guild mission for, who's like in a giant lair with webs and he has a person caught in the webs that you're trying to save. I don't know. I think it was that. And he's talking about how difficult it is and whatever, and I'm like slowly inching my way in the conversation, like, oh yeah, the spiders are hard, I normally do this and that, but they're not really noticing. Eventually Tristan like catches that I'm actually participating in the conversation, and he's like happy because me and Tristan were relatively cool. Like, so he was like, oh yeah, like what platform do you play on? And I was like, huh? He was like, platform. What platform do you play on? And I'm like, here's why I'm so shook. I don't own a PC, but I talk about mods. I don't know what was going on in my brain at that time. So I'm just filling you guys in. If I had said PC, then all of a sudden, all the times that I've said I don't have a PC, I don't play on PC, I can't play mods, I only have a PS3, that's all a lie. Or they're gonna expect me to start playing PC stuff, whatever, and I don't have it. And if I say PS3, well, what about all this modded stuff you were talking about? I don't remember what I said. I think I said something so stupid, Tristan just looked at me and shook his head. I think I remember him listing off things saying like, oh, platform is like PC, PS3, Xbox, mobile. And I'm pretty sure because it's the last thing he said, I said mobile. Because when I think about how bro looked, he was like, okay. And went back to talking to the homies. Bruh, it haunts me, bruh. I got so many stories about elementary school Big Slime, actually. I could go on forever. But these Yap videos are supposed to be short. All I'm trying to say is I've had some embarrassing moments. I have them a lot. I could probably think of something I did like last week that was really embarrassing. But that's too fresh. That's too new. There's a reason why you only got that one embarrassing thing in high school. Because I hate that memory all the time. I don't want to relive it. I don't want to go back to it. I didn't really have some grand idea like I did with the first one, with the whole supporting people and how we should be actively supporting people that we care about. I don't know. I just probably was thinking about an embarrassing memory and I was like, maybe I should record it. I mean, really bringing this up, I can only say like, yeah, no, everybody gets embarrassed. So, I mean, you're still gonna get embarrassed, right? It's just a natural feeling. It's just something that rises up in you. You don't actively think like, I should be embarrassed. I mean, I did, but that's not a normal thing. So don't worry about it. You're gonna get embarrassed, but don't let that haunt you forever. But on the other side of the spectrum, when you see somebody get embarrassed, see me personally, you slip, do a triple backflip, fall on your butt, break your phone, your underwear is showing, and it's not coming down your nose, right in front of me, all of a sudden I'm Matt Murdock. I ain't never seen anything in my life. I'm looking the whole other way. You've never seen me or heard of me, anything, don't you worry. Now, if you need help getting up, then I'll help you up, all that, whatever. But I'm just saying, make it easier for other people to not sit in their bed at night because they feel like they should have done something else. You know, tripping and falling can be embarrassing. So if you're not going to help the person up, don't look. Don't be looking. If somebody does something stupid and you know it's doing something stupid and you know they're going to be embarrassed, just look away. Avert your eyes. That way it's easier on them. That's your kindness tip of the day. I don't have an outro for the Yap videos yet. I kind of just freestyled whatever it was last time. So I don't know. You matter. Be kind to yourself. I'll be praying for y'all. I don't know. Don't forget to pull your pants down before you go pee. I don't know. I gotta go cook some ribs. There's a Friendsgiving thing going on tonight. And I'm about to go throw down. Well, not really throw down. They've been marinating for 24 hours. I'm about to throw them in the smoker. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. Y'all might see it too. Depending, no, the Friendsgiving is at 8 p.m. tonight, and I'm not waiting to edit this until 8 p.m. But like, if you see some fall off the bone ribs randomly at some point next week at one of the post-credit scenes in my videos, you know it was me. Now, I'm not like Unc, who be throwing it down and then, oh my goodness, I ain't got it like that. But I could throw down. You know, this back ain't big on any merit but my own. Alright, sorry. This is probably the post outro thing anyway, but I'm gonna still say K-bye. K-bye.